Hello everyone, I would like to welcome you all in my class of CIS 2168 Data Driven Design. Now we are in week number 3rd, and in this week we will work on temporal analysis, and this is part number 1. So this is part number 1 of temporal analysis. I am Dr. Hariman Pandey from the Department of Computer Science, and my email ID is given here. In this slide, I have presented aim and objectives of this session. So as far as the aim of this session is concerned, is given here, and it is exploring temporal analysis for a given log file. So we are going to perform temporal analysis for the given log file, and this log file, we will treat this log file as our data set. And we will use Python programming to work on this data set for temporal analysis. The objectives for this session are given here. So all in all, 4 objectives have been framed. The first objective is discussion on temporal analysis. Objective 2 is on data frame and its implementation using Python programming. Objective 3rd is on understanding and creating statistical plots. So we will create different plots and we will learn how to analyze the statistical plots for data analysis. The last objective, that is part 4, will be on tutorial exercise and portfolio task. So this is, in this session we will work on the part number 1, that is discussion on temporal analysis. So this slide will provide you the basics of temporal analysis. So the definition of temporal analysis is given here, and it says that temporal analysis is the statistical analysis which will enable you to examine and understand model behavior for a given data set over time. So temporal analysis is based on time related analysis. For a given data set, and using this analysis, what we want to do, we want to understand the pattern in the data, and this pattern we will use to set the goals or to predict for the prediction. So in order to explain the concept of temporal analysis in a better way, I have presented one example here, and the example is on COVID-19 patient changing over time. So how the number of patients are changing, varying over the time, this example is given here, and a graph is given here which indicates the changing in the number of patients over time. In this graph, x-axis, that is this x-axis, it represents week-wise, that is, it represents the time. In week-wise manner. And y-axis, that is this axis, is y-axis, and it represents number of patients. So here we can see that this graph presents the statistics starting from April first week, that is April week 1 starting from 1 to 5. Day number 1 to day number 5. Then the next 6 to 12, then 13 to 19, then 20 to 26, and then 27 to 3rd May, and then May 4th to May 10th. Here we can see that in the first week of April, that is here, that is from April 1 to 5, number of patients are 2. So you can see number of patients are 2. This is the number of patients. Number of patients are 2. And number of patients are 32, where in the last week of April. So in the last week of April, number of patients has increased, whereas in the first week, number of patients were just 2. So here we notice that number of patients are varying over time. So here you can see 2, then in the second week there was no patient, then in week number 3rd, number of patient was 6, then in next week 21, and here the peak is in week number in the last week of April. So in this example, number of patients are varying, and here we can consider number of patient as a variable. The number of patient is varying, so it is a variable, and it stores the information about the number of patients week wise. So in the week number 1, I'm calling it W1 is equal to 2. Number of patient in week number 2 is 0. Similarly, number of patient in week number 3rd is 6. Number of patient in week number 4 is 21, and here it is 32. So why we want to work on temporal analysis? Why we want to explore temporal analysis? What is the benefit we can get from the temporal analysis? So the benefit of temporal analysis is highlighted in the next slide. So here you can see I have highlighted the benefits. So in the application area, so it is popular in several application areas. I have listed some of the application areas. We can use the concept of temporal analysis in statistics, temporal pattern analysis, that is in data mining we can use it. We can use in database also. We can use temporal analysis for the optimization purpose. We can use temporal analysis for visualizing the data. We can create plots, and we can analyze any specific variable over time, and it can be used for high performance computing also. In this session, in this week number 3rd session, we will use temporal analysis for log based for log file analysis, and this log file will be generated based on visitors request. So we are going to analyze visitor request data which is stored in the log file for temporal analysis. The key challenges with temporal analysis are highlighted here. So 2 challenges are given here. So the first challenge is how to provide data when the user does not. So suppose a layman user is using the system and user has no information about what type of data he or she wants, then describing the goal in terms of a specific query will be difficult. And the second challenge is how to get time related information to understand large data. So how the data is varying, how the large data is varying over time, this information, getting this information is challenging. So in order to address these 2 challenges, we can apply the concept of temporal analysis, and I have given this addressing mechanism for these 2 challenges in the next slide. So the first point which is given here is temporal analysis. Temporal analysis is a single step process of finding knowledge. So what we will do with this knowledge, so suppose you are applying the concept of temporal analysis and you got some knowledge, then how you will use this knowledge? This knowledge can be used to enumerate pattern. So using this knowledge we can create the patterns, and we can use the pattern, or we can use the pattern for creating the model for the given data set. So this pattern can be utilized to predict what will happen in the near future. Or the same pattern or model can be used, these two can be used to set the target or new goals for improving business. So we can use the knowledge to develop the pattern or to develop the model, and then we can perform prediction, or we can set new target, we can set new goals for the business. The next point is temporal analysis is concerned with data analysis. So this the data analysis can be used for analyzing the data, and this analysis can be used to find the pattern and regularities in the data set. So using these two, we can address the challenges given in the previous slide, that is challenge number 1 and challenge number 2. How we will implement temporal analysis? In order to implement temporal analysis, in order to perform temporal analysis, first of all we will start with the data set. We have to have a data set, then we'll apply some methodology on this data set, and then using after applying the methodology on the data set, we'll generate an optimal representation of the data with time knowledge. So this representation which will create applying some methodology, this representation will contain some information related to date and time. So we will apply these three steps for a small data set, and then we can extend it for large volume of data set to understand the structure of the data for the prediction purpose. So this is the overall procedure for applying temporal analysis. So this is 4-step process: 1, step number 2, step number 3, and then if it is working successfully for a small data set, then extend it for the large volume of data set. Three key questions I have given in the next slide. If you want to perform temporal analysis, then you have to have information about these three things, 3 questions. So first one is related to time, second one is related to date, and third one is related to the data item the visitor is looking for. What time of the day people access our website? Which day people access our website, and which part of the website are used and when? So you have to find out the answer of these 3 questions in order to perform temporal analysis. In the next slide, I have given the summary for this session. In this session, we have discussed basics of temporal analysis. We discussed the challenges and the procedure, and then the last slide we discussed was related to the type of data which we need in order to perform temporal analysis. In the next slide, we will discuss on data frames and its implementation using Python programming.